Welcome to the screencast for the Chapter 3 homework. There are 4 problems, but the first one involves several parts. So this is due on September 7th. Basically, it deals with vectors and unit vectors and angles and things like that. So I try to give things in a variety of different formats. Once again, for ones you got correct, you don't need to, and showed work for, you don't need to correct those for your curve on your tests. For the ones you did not show work for or did not get correct, you need to do that. That's why you leave the facing pages blank in your composition books. All right, so for problem 11, you had these 4 things, A, B, C, and D, and they were asking you to come up with the resultant angle and magnitude. So first of all, I drew these. 4i hat is 4 to the right, negative 6j hat is 6 down, so the resultant was A. That just means it's a vector. So I did Pythagorean theorem. I did an angle here, inverse tangent. So I said 7.21 at 56 degrees down from the positive x-axis. You could have also said south of east. Same sort of thing here, drew it out. Resultant 94.3 meters, 58 degrees up from positive x-axis or north of east. C, we're going west and then north, or you could have drawn north and west, doesn't matter. 44.7 meters per second at 56 degrees north of west, because it's the same ratio here, the sides, 2 to 1. And here we got 20 to the east and 10 north, so we got 22.4 meters per second squared as our resultant at 26.6 degrees north of east. For this one, sorry about the scratch out. This was A and B. I thought I had read the wrong problem, was going to start again, but I had read the right problem. So it says A is 4i minus 2j hat. B is negative 3i hat plus 5j hat. So it's asking for the to write this in terms of unit vectors, what the result would be, and that's 1i hat plus 3j hat. And that's C. So then I'm drawing A down here as best I can. So that's 2 down and 4 to the right. Drawing B, 3 to the left, 5 up. I don't think I did a great job of that. And so C would be over 1 and up 3. General idea like this. And again, getting the magnitude and direction using Pythagorean theorem and inverse tangent. Okay. Problem 23. It gave you these 2 vectors, told you that the A plus B plus C was equal to 1j hat, and that was it. And you need to figure out what B was. So A was 4i hat. And so since there's no I hat in the resultant, B needs to be negative 4i hat. C was negative 2j hat, and since the resultant is 1j hat, B needs to be positive 3j hat. So I get that B is negative 4i hat plus 3j hat. So negative 4 in the x direction plus 3 in the y direction. That gets me a resultant of 5, 37 degrees north of west. Or if you'd done the other triangle where it was up 4 and over 3, you would have gotten 53 degrees west of north. Okay, so this one is asking what your resultant is if you hiked in the displacement in the morning. This isn't SAM and SPAM. It's displacement, which is symbolized by the letter S in this case, in the morning, displacement in the PM. So you're adding the I, J, and K parts. So overall, you get 500 meters to the east, so that's like 500 meters I hat, or 500 I hat, 500 J hat, negative 100 K hat. And so you end up 100 meters lower at the end of the day than the beginning. Part A was only looking at the vertical parts, and this was just looking at the resultant. I rounded here to 3 sig figs. Technically, probably should have just left it at 5,000 because these were only rounded to the hundreds, but that's how I did that. And remember, that's the Pythagorean theorem. Anyhow, hopefully that works for you, and you understand the homework and can get them corrected if need be.